Man with the orange hat, Mr. Chris Record.
All right. Let's just dive right into it because that's how I like to roll. So today's topic is going to be Facebook advertising. We're going to start at a very beginner level, and then we're going to see how far we can go. We're going to do it for 1 hour. We're going to dive in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. So for those of you that are live, make sure you pull it up along with the code, and let's see if I can get us live right now. Go ahead and click present. And give me a thumbs up in the audience as soon as you can see my Facebook fan page. There, perfect. So we are set to go. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to explain on a high level how Facebook advertising works for beginners. So in case like anybody in here is still just a beginner looking to get started, and then we're going to graduate to intermediate and to advanced. We're going to get as far as we can during this hour, but over the course of the week, I will teach this more and more. The reason I want to start with a beginner overview is because literally there's refreshers. Even if you're already intermediate and advanced, there's little things that maybe I do differently. Let me give you an example. This morning, I went to go prepare my Facebook ads talk, and Facebook ads changed their display again this morning. Like literally, I was backstage, that's why I was a little bit late, was the stuff that I had prepared didn't even make sense anymore. So since Facebook is always changing, refreshers are always helpful. So what I'm going to do on a very high level is talk with you about what Facebook advertising is, how to get started. Let's get you set up with an account. Let's get you placing some ads today live. And let's start with the $5 per day ad so that there's really not a whole lot of risk in your business. Okay, first things first. You're going to go to Google, and you're going to type in Facebook ads. I know this is the most simplest thing. You're like, really? You're going to teach me how to use Google and how to search? Yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do right now. Once you search stuff on Google, there's going to be ads. Ad. Skip through those and find the links here in Google that are not advertisements. You're going to see this first one, advertising on Facebook. The second one, how Facebook ads work. And the third one, Facebook business accounts. Right now, you don't have to dive into these 3 links, but what I want you to do on your own time is I want you to study these. I don't need to spend a whole bunch of time right now in a glossary of terms with you. You should be able to look them up. Anything that you do not understand that I share with you today, you should set it as a homework assignment to look it up. If I talk about CPC or CPM or PPE or any of these things, if something does not make sense, the good news is it's right here in Google. So if something doesn't make sense, just type in Facebook ads, space, and then whatever the thing is that I said. You're like, what did he say? PPE? PPE. And you just do this, Facebook ads, PPE, and it explains it. So you have the internet at your fingertips, so we should all be able to move at a fast pace so I don't have to slow down and explain very basic stuff you can look up on your own. Okay. You can set up a Facebook ads account by just going in here, searching Facebook ads, and you have advertising on Facebook right there. You can click in and you can set up a Facebook account. That simple. It is literally that simple. It is free to set up a Facebook ads account. Now, here is how Facebook advertising works in a nutshell. Facebook is going to front you money in your ads account. They're going to front you some advertising dollars. You're going to spend those dollars, and then you're going to pay back Facebook. When you open up a brand new account, Facebook will usually give you $25, $75, or in some cases like $250. Okay? This is your ad spend. They're fronting it to you. Now, why is Facebook fronting you money? Because it's not really money. They're fronting you blank space on Facebook. They're just fronting you invisible space. They have endless, unlimited supplies of it. They're fronting you the opportunity to be able to have some blank space. So they're going to front you $25, $75, or $250. After you have spent that money, that $25 or $75, after you have spent it, they are going to bill you. They're going to say, if you want to keep your ads account active, you have to pay off this balance. So they front you $25, you spend it, and then they're going to bill you. Or they're going to bill you in 30 days, whichever comes first. So let's say you've only spent $5 of it. Well, they're not going to bill you for 30 days. So it's whenever you max out your balance, your billing threshold, or 30 days, whichever comes first. So your goal is to see if you can utilize that money effectively that they front you in a way that's either profitable for you or it was well worth it. Then you pay off your bill and you do it again. Once you write this down in your notes, once you pay off your bill 3 times in a row, you can request an increase. Okay? Max out your bill, pay it off. Max out your bill, pay it off. Max out your bill, pay it off. Then you request an increase. It is called a billing threshold. So if they front you $25, spend the $25, then pay it off. Spend it, pay it off, spend it, pay it off. Once you've done that 3 times, you can ask for an increase. Now, you can ask for an increase up to $750, but they probably won't give it to you. They're going to test you out. They want to see, are you good at paying your bill? So what you're going to do is if you might ask for an increase of $250, and now you've got a $250 billing threshold with Facebook. Once you pay that off 3 times in a row, then ask for $750, and they should be able to accept it. They just need to know that your account's in good standing, you're paying your bill. Once you have a $750 billing threshold, this means that Facebook will front you $750 that you can now use in your advertising and marketing. And again, you pay the bill every 30 days, you pay whatever balance is there, or once you max it out, they're going to bill you. You need to understand that, because that's where the money's coming from. The money's coming from Facebook. A lot of people don't do Facebook ads because they think the money's coming out of their own pocket. They think, oh, I don't have thousands of dollars sitting around to do Facebook ads. If you can learn how to do them effectively, you might not need thousands of dollars. Okay, so what happens after $750? If you pay off that balance 3 times in a row, you max it and pay it, then contact Facebook, contact your Facebook advertising rep, contact them in your support area, and ask for a higher balance. They very well may give you $2,000, $5,000. We have some accounts that are $25,000, meaning Facebook will just front you $25,000, let you spend that first of their own money. No credit is required. No credit check is required. All that is required is to have an account in good standing and you have a track record of paying off your balance. So they know, hey, you're good for it. Okay, once you're inside of Facebook, you set up an account, you can start placing ads. So what I'm going to do on a very basic level is we're going to look and we're going to show you what Facebook ads are. The easiest way to see the types of Facebook ads is just to go to Facebook. Let's go to Facebook right now. Let's go right into the news feed. And there's first thing we're going to talk about is what we call right side ads. These 2 ads right here on the right side, you're going to see one here. These are sponsored. You're going to see the little link sponsored right there. And then underneath you're going to see 2 ads. So I'm seeing this ad here. Security you can see for Cox. So Cox Cable is advertising to me. And then ESA is closing. Adrian Morrison is advertising a Shopify course to me. So what's happening is that these providers, both Cox and ESA, are targeting me. They are targeting me with these ads. These are called right side ads. There are several different types of ads you can place on Facebook. These ones right here, you could be shown right here for possibly even like a penny. For 1 penny, you can have an ad right here. It's crazy how inexpensive advertising can be if you know how. So for like 1 penny, somebody can see this. Okay, so when you click on it, when you see, if I click on this, it's going to take me to a page wherever they want the page to go. But if there's a little, when you hover over, there's a little arrow that pops up. You can hover over the ads, click the little arrow, and it'll say hide the ad. Now, if you are an advertiser, don't hide ads. If you're an advertiser, you want to see ads so you can get better at advertising, right? If you're a consumer, you might not like ads. But if you are an entrepreneur, a business owner, learn to love ads because you want to learn what they're doing. There's a little link here that says, why am I seeing this? Okay? That's one of the first ways that you can reverse engineer what people are doing. Let's click on that. You're seeing this ad because Cox Communications wants to reach people ages 21 and older who live or were recently near Scottsdale, Arizona. That's why I'm seeing that ad, because I fit the audience they chose. They're going very broad. People who are 21 years or older who live near Scottsdale, Arizona. Well, guess what? I live in Scottsdale, Arizona, and I'm over 21. That's why I'm seeing the ad. If I was 19, I would not be seeing this ad. If I lived in New York, I would not be seeing this ad. So it's very, very specific. Let's go over here and let's look at this ad. Why am I seeing this? One reason you're seeing this ad is that Tai Lopez wants to reach people who have visited their website or used one of their apps. And you also fit that you are men ages 18 and older who live in the United States. So this page here, Tai Lopez is advertising to me because I have visited their website. This is called retargeting. I visited Tai Lopez's website, and now he's able to retarget me as I go around the web. So he's retargeting me, but he's retargeting men ages 18 or older in the United States who have visited his website. Now that you understand that you can start to now that you understand that, you can start to reverse engineer how people are advertising to you. Okay, so let's go back. And let's now go to the new, okay, by the way, I refreshed, and look what happened. 2 new ads showed up. Cox Cable again with a different image, and now .com secret book. So let's take a look at this one. Why am I seeing this ad? One reason you're seeing this ad is that Russell Brunson wants to reach people who have visited their website and who is 18 years or older in the United States. Same thing, I'm being retargeted. So you will start to realize why people are targeting you, and this will help you get into the minds of advertising. Okay, let's keep moving. Those are right side ads. Now let's take a look at newsfeed ads. Okay, newsfeed ads. Here's one right here. Let's take a look at this one. The Flex Belt. Do you see how this says sponsored just underneath it? That is how you can tell the difference between a regular post. This one's a regular post. Yvonne Crutchfield. Woo woo, we just crossed milestone number 2 while here at Tech Week. Next up, 10K. Is Yvonne in the room right now? Yvonne, give Yvonne a round of a huge applause right there. Congratulations, by the way. That was accidental to see your post here, but congratulations on following these tips and having success. So this is a regular post. See, it does not say sponsored. But when you go here, it says sponsored. See, a regular post is going to give a timestamp. 5 minutes ago this was posted. A sponsored post is going to say sponsored. Okay. In order to have a sponsored post, they need to have a Facebook fan page. All that is required is this little profile picture here, a fan page name, and a post. You have to create a post. That's all they did here. But you notice it looks just like every other post. See, there's a video, somebody's live there, there's a video, pictures. It looks just like every other post. It just fits right in there. But let's take a look and let's dissect it. This is an ad. This could be you. The Flex Belt. They asked me to review their ab belt. I was going to rip this product a new one. Now, so it's creating a little bit of controversy. They asked me to review this, and I was about to tear them apart, but it ends up being a good product, right? Now, it is a video, so this is called a video ad. They're using a video. Video ads are some of the most effective ads you can possibly use. Another thing they have here is that they have closed caption text going across the screen. The reason they're doing that is because over half of videos are watched with no volume these days. Did you all know that? Over half of videos. Right now, are we watching with volume or no volume? No volume. Right now, we're a perfect example. We're watching no volume. So if you use video ads, it's wise, when possible, to be able to throw captioning up. Sometimes it might not make sense. Sometimes you might want them to have to click it, but you can always throw captioning up. Okay. Then they also have some more text they can put down here and a Learn More button. Now, let's take a look at their engagement. 52,000 people have liked this. 11,000 have commented. 18,000 have shared this post. 19 million people have viewed it. This is the power of advertising. Where else can you go get 19 million people to view a video of yours? So with advertising, you can. And this is just one I happen to be seeing. So again, you go to this drop down, and you click, why am I seeing this? You're seeing this ad because the Flex Belt wants to reach people ages 27 to 60 who live or were recently in the United States. This is called broad targeting. People aged 27 to 60. Their data probably shows them that people ages 18 to 27 aren't buying this. So they're looking at their data and going, okay, 27 to 60. What they're doing is they're going what's called broad. if you live in the United States and you're 27 to 60, we want to target you. Well, that's tens of millions of people. That's called broad targeting. It can work. If you are a beginner, it's a little bit dangerous to go broad because it'll suck up your money. It's a little bit better to target people who are most likely to buy your products, but obviously these people have done very well. 19 million views. I think they understand broad targeting. So let's keep going. Also, did you notice these ads on the right side changed again? Now I'm being advertised Grant Cardone and live chat. Okay, let's scroll through and let's see if we can find another sponsored post. If you see a timestamp, that means that it is not sponsored. Okay, let's go. 50 minutes ago, April 15th, a timestamp. By the way, Damien, nice picture if you're watching. The Irish marketer, great picture. And here we go, sponsored. So again, all you need is a profile picture, a name of your page, and it's going to say sponsored. Easier than texting a friend for a favor. Nice little comment. Magic, the best personal assistant on demand. Send a text message to this magic phone number and get 24/7 access to the ultimate superhuman assistant. Interesting. They're just showing a picture. This is called, instead of a video ad, this is called a link ad. What this is this is a link to their website. So again, hit the arrow, and let's see, why am I seeing this? One reason you're seeing this is they want to reach people interested in business, so they're targeting a demographic, business, based on activities such as liking pages or clicking on ads. There may be other reasons you're seeing this ad, including that you are a man aged 22 to 45 in the United States. So what they're doing is they're saying, we want to target men ages 22 to 45 in the United States who are interested in business. Again, very broad targeting. But they have a very broad targeting ad. Now, you'll notice only 6 people have liked this. So either it's not working, or maybe they're running 1,000 ads, right? And they're just testing, which is also wise. So just because there's only 6 people doesn't mean it doesn't work. But is that a lot different than the other one that had 19.1 million views? I'm always looking, when I'm looking at ads, I'm looking for social proof. I'm looking for successful ads that I can copy. 19 million views, that one was successful. Okay, let's scroll down and see if we can find another one. Alicia rocking the Techademics hat. Techademics video there. My news feed showing my friends. Thanks, congratulations, they just got engaged. That's what people do on Facebook. Sponsored. Roses are red, violets are blue. If you're an expert, this ad is for you. But not just any expert, you must be selling big ticket. It plays nicely at profit, is this a whole poem? Let's read it. Roses are red, violets are blue. If you're an expert, this ad is for you. But not just any expert, you must sell big ticket. It plays nicely with profit like gravy does biscuit. Still here? Good. How goes it? I'm Brad. I'm writing this on the couch, scantily clad. TMI, bro, but anyways, what do? Create ads that make money, and so can you. Now, before you roll your eyes and go, yeah, right, like Grandpa in Speedos, my ad game is tight. One after the next, the leads, I earn them. If sales were a trick, damn Skippy, I turn them. But I do it different. Other marketers just yammer. If their copy throws nails, mine swings the hammer. Competition, what's that? I must be immune. If the proof's in the pudding, I'll hand you a spoon. And then they got a link. Go there now and watch my case studies. By video 9, I bet we'll be buddies. That's all for now. Ciao. So there's a picture here. I wrote you this poem. Read it, then click through to watch the free videos. What they're doing in this is they are standing out. This is called a creative ad. It is a link ad, but it is creative. Would you agree that somebody coming up with words like that and writing a poem, would you agree that was entertaining? Okay, that's called edutainment. It's a combination of education and entertainment. If you'll notice, like Geico commercials, would you agree they're funny and they're comical, right? But really, they're just getting your attention with entertainment so that they can educate you that Geico will save you 15% in whatever, 5 minutes, 15 minutes or less, or whatever it is. So that's how you can be with your advertising. Be creative, stand out. So again, why am I seeing this? Same kind of thing. Click here. Why am I seeing this? And you can start to see how you're being targeted. I have visited their website before, so it's retargeting ad because I visited their website. So again, we'll look at one more, then we're going to dive into actually how to place them yourself. So again, you're looking here at all these posts. If you see a timestamp, it's not sponsored. This one's sponsored. Henge Docs, okay? Discover the ultimate iPhone, iPad dock. Okay, let's go ahead and click, and let's see, why am I seeing this? Wants to reach people who may be similar to their customers. Okay? This is a lookalike ad, a lookalike audience. What happens is Henge Docs has either uploaded a customer list to Facebook or they've used ads for a while and have got a bunch of buyers. Either way, they provided Facebook with a lot of data and said, these are our buyers. We would like you, Facebook, to find us more of them. Facebook has what's called a lookalike audience. You can upload a list of your buyers, and Facebook will go to bat, try to find you people that are like them. What a great tool. Now, if you don't have a list of buyers, don't worry, because over time, you will. And when you do, you'll be able to create these lookalike audiences. But how great that in this random, you never know what the Facebook newsfeed is going to show you. I can't pre-script this. How cool was that? We got to see a video ad, we got to see a link ad, we got to see a creative ad, and we got to see a lookalike audience ad, we got to see right side ads. It's cool. And it's even different on mobile. So now that you understand advertising, you can advertise your business directly in the newsfeed or directly on the right side, effortlessly and easily when you understand how. Sorry, got a bug flying on me there. Okay, now let's assume you've set up an advertising account. And let's go in and let's look at it. Okay, there's going to be a couple different things we can look at here. Let's start here. Okay, I'm inside of Facebook Ads Manager. Now, inside of Facebook Ads Manager, there are business accounts that you can set up and ads accounts. You can have several. I have roughly about 30 of them. So I started with one account. I started with a personal account, like right here, your personal ads account. When you first set up an advertising account, you're going to get a personal account. That's just fine. Then you can set up business accounts. I set up one for this company, Internet Marketing Bar. I set up another one for Techademics. I am in my Techademics training account because I wanted an account that I could just go live with. I can play around with play money in here. It's real money, but I can play around and experiment and have some fun with it. So as you can see, $30,000. I know for some of you that might not sound like play experimental money, but we'll throw $30,000 out there and see. We're always testing stuff. When we test stuff in here and it works, we go over to our other Facebook ads accounts that we have somebody managing them, and we run those ads very well. So you have ads accounts over here, and when you're inside of a business, you can have multiple accounts within it. So I might have just multiple accounts inside of my business account. So up on the top right here, you have business accounts, and over here you have your actual ads accounts in your business accounts. For most of you getting started, you'll just have a personal account. But you can set up a Facebook business ads account, and you can have multiple accounts inside of there, okay? We don't need to get advanced. You can look it up. You can do a Google search, Facebook business ads account, and you can Google that on your own time. Most of you, if it's not overwhelming, if you catch on pretty easily, you should set up a business ads account. It has more options. It's a little bit better, okay? If it's overwhelming, just go basic. For the first year, I just had a personal ads account. It didn't stop me. We generated over $1 million from a personal ads account before we even got a business account. But if you feel comfortable, get a business account. Okay, when you log in to your account, you have all of these sections up on the top that are part of your Facebook advertising business. On the left, you'll have your frequently used sections. That'll be whatever the top 4 things are that you use the most or that you've recently used. Then, Facebook's always changing this, by the way, so if you're watching a replay of this video like 6 months from now, it can look different. Facebook even changed it this morning on us. So, but generally, you're gonna go here to click this top button, and then go All Tools, hover over it, and it brings up kind of all the things you can do in your ads account. So you got everything from planning. This is where you can do some research, or you can plan. This is really good if you're like an agency. If you're an agency, I could go in here and create all of these campaigns for a company before even spending money. I could go create like a whole campaign plan, or I could go create and plan out something and then go sell it to a business and say, here is the plan I suggest you use. That's a great selling technique if you had an agency. We're going to skip that. Most of us probably don't have an agency. Over here, create and manage. You're going to spend time here. You've got your business manager. That's a little bit advanced. That's if you have like a whole bunch of people working on your account with you. You have your ads manager. That is the most basic area you can spend your time in. You can create ads and you can look at the results. Then you have your power editor. If you have lots of ads working at the same time, you need a way to be able to manage them all in bulk. That's what Power Editor is. If I want to edit 100 ads at a time, I'll go into Power Editor. If I have an ad that's working and I want to scale it and I want to create like duplicates like crazy, I'll go into Power Editor. So think about Ads Manager is more like onesie-twosie, like place an ad here, place an ad there. If you're only going to be spending $5 a day, you can do everything inside Ads Manager. But once you start to understand Facebook, then you're probably going to go to Power Editor where you can really edit things in bulk and work with things in bulk. So that's kind of like beginner to intermediate. Page posts, this is where you can manage all your fan pages and post on them. Helper and rules. Automated rules means like you can say if my ad is costing X amount, then pause it. Automated rules are like if you don't have time to manage your own account, you can set up rules to manage your account for you. So you could say, okay, I'm willing to spend $1 per click. I'll spend $1 per click. But if the clicks ever go to $2, stop the ad in case you don't see it, right? So you can set up a rule that says if the clicks are $2, pause it. $2 or higher, pause it. That's what those rules are. Over here, measure and report. Ads reporting is where you're going to look at the results. So maybe you've spent $100 and now you want to go look at the data. All the data is going to be over here. Conversions is where you're going to start looking at conversions is where you're going to put a pixel. You're going to put some code on your website that tells Facebook if somebody clicked your ad and did something. For example, did somebody click your ad and opt into your email list? Well, you can tell Facebook this ad's working. They clicked it and they joined my email list. So can you convert them? Can you optimize the ad for more of those? So if you put a little code on your website, Facebook gets smarter with every single conversion that happens. So if I spend $100 and get 100 leads, then I'm paying $1 per lead. I can go to Facebook and say, optimize this ad and get me more leads like that, and they will. And then analytics, you don't really need that. That's if you're an app person, you don't really need that. Assets. Okay, audiences. This is where you can, if you're going to be advertising to the same audience over and over and over, you can actually create a saved audience so you can do the work once and never have to do it again. I'm a big fan of this. An example is, let's say that I want to use Facebook ads to build an email list, and I want to get an email list of real estate agents. Let's say I have a software or business or training. I want to target real estate agents. If you're a real estate agent, I want you to click on my ad and join my email list. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into audiences and I'm going to create several audiences of real estate agents. Maybe I'll create all real estate agents in California, all real estate agents in New York. I'll say all real estate agents who work for Keller Williams and live in the United States. All real estate agents that work for Coldwell Banker and live in the United States. Or I'll do, here's all the real estate agents that use the multiple listing service. Here's all the real estate agents that are part of the National Association of Realtors. I will just make a whole bunch of audiences, save them all, and now with one click, I can advertise to them effortlessly and easily anytime that I want. So that's what audiences is. You can save them. Images, if you have a bunch of if you ever have images you want to use with your ads, you can upload them there and have a whole database of images you can use. So if you like certain images, upload them there and use them over and over. Pixels. This is where Facebook will give you that code to put on your website. This is a very important code. If you have like a Shopify store, for example, they have a little place you just put in the pixel and they start tracking. Facebook pixels are the future. So even if they come across a little bit advanced to anybody, spend some time, do a Google search, Facebook advertising pixels, how do they work, tell me more about them, get yourself familiar with them. Even beginners are able to use them these days. So they're not that difficult. Pixels are what makes Facebook smarter. Every click, every action, Facebook gets smarter. Okay? Offline events, this is an example if I wanted to hold a conference like this. Let's say I wanted to use Facebook to advertise to get 100 people to come to a hotel and hear me speak. And let's say I was going to sell them on stage, I was going to sell a $1,000 package to those 100 people. Well, Facebook can't track that with a pixel. They can't put a pixel on the stage here, right, to see if anybody bought. But Facebook allows you to upload the data. So what I could do is I could say, okay, are you in the Phoenix area? Are you a real estate agent in the Phoenix area? Come to my free workshop where I'll teach you Facebook advertising for real estate agents. So now I'm spending, let's say, $25 per advertising per person to come to my event. Okay, maybe I've spent $2,500 and I got 100 people in the room. Well, now I sell a $1,000 package. Let's say I sold 5 of them. Then I've made $5,000 from that room. So I spent $2,500 to get them there, and I made $5,000. Offline events basically allows me, after the conference, to upload my data and makes Facebook smarter. Facebook now knows that those ads are profitable. I spent $25 per person and made an average of $50 per person at that event. Now I can keep having these events all over the country, and Facebook will find me people likely to come and attend and likely to buy. So if anybody here ever wants to get in the world of filling events, offline events is a great metric for that. Also, offline events is a great way to upload data for anything Facebook can't track. If you ever have something that Facebook has a difficulty tracking, they let you upload your data. Product catalogs. So you might have a store, and your store might have 100 products in it. So if somebody comes and comes to your store, and they look at one product, let's say a cell phone case. So somebody comes to your store, and they look at a cell phone case that you have for sale. Well, maybe you have 10 other cell phone cases they might have been interested in. If somebody comes, they look at your cell phone case, but they don't want to buy it, and they leave, you can set up a product catalog where you can actually retarget them on Facebook and say, look at all these other cases you might be interested in. So a product catalog is basically like you put all your cell phone cases in a little collection on Shopify or whatever, and now you can advertise the whole collection of people at a time. Product catalogs are dynamic and they are automated. A good example of a product catalog would be Amazon.com. If you ever go to Amazon and go look at a product, moments later, they will be advertising to you that exact same product in Facebook. Well, what they do is they have all their catalogs, they have their big product catalog all tagged, and they can basically do ads. Product catalogs is an intermediate level thing. If you're a beginner, don't worry about it. But again, it's something you can research. If you are selling on Shopify, they do have what's called dynamic product ads. They're very effective. It's a great way. All you do is when someone visits your website, you retarget them with your product catalog. Because if they like your store, they might like other stuff in your store. And then videos. This is where you're going to upload videos that you might want to use for ads. So if you want to do those video ads, you could upload 10 or 15 videos here, get them all uploaded, get them all ready, and then anytime you want, you just click and you can use them in an ad. You don't have to wait for them to load later. I like to preload images and preload videos and have them at my disposal whenever I'm ready to place an ad. You never know if you're going to be on an airplane and want to place an ad. As soon as you go to upload a video, it might take an hour for that video to upload. Just go here to videos when you're at home, upload whatever videos you want, and they're there for you anytime you want to place ads. Over here in settings, you have your settings like your personal information, your credit card, and things like what your current billing threshold is and stuff like that. I don't want to click around these areas because some of this is personal. So that was a basic overview of the sections within Facebook advertising that you have access to. Was that just for a basic, general, real quick overview before we get started? Was that helpful? You guys appreciate that? Okay. Let's dive into, obviously, I could teach for 5 days straight, 8 hours per day on this. You do realize there's a lot to this. In fact, I kind of never run out of content. And then even after I've taught it to everybody, I could go through a refresher and people would say, wow, I didn't catch that the first time around. So, on your own time, go in here and start researching areas that you want to learn more about. Remember, we're only afraid of things that we don't know about. Really, fear is really just fear of the unknown. As soon as, like public speaking, some of you might feel scared to get on stage and speak. When I came on stage and speak, I didn't even have time to process the thought of being afraid or not. I just walked on here. I just walked on here and got started, right? When I first started public speaking, I was afraid. What am I going to say? What if I mess up? I would think stupid things like, what if I trip on the stage coming up and everybody laughs at me? And then what if I forget what I'm supposed to do? I used to have all these fears. When I started speaking, I was 21 years old. And as a young man, I used to cuss a lot. I used to have, I guess a lot of kids probably do these days too. And my biggest fear was, what if I accidentally curse while giving a talk? And everybody's going to be like, oh, I don't know what I thought. I just thought it was going to be crazy. But I guess in 2017, I guess it's popular to curse now. But I used to be afraid. You're only afraid of things that are unknown, right? Once you do it a few times, you're like, oh, that wasn't that bad. And then you do mess up, And everybody still respects you. You're like, oh, so you're not going to judge me if I mess up? Okay, well, in that case, let's just get to it. And that's how it works with Facebook ads. In the beginning, you're going to feel like an amateur. In the beginning, you're going to make mistakes. In the beginning, you're going to be embarrassed. In the beginning, you're going to say, why did it take me 2 full weeks to understand that stupid, simple thing? You know, and you're going to basically beat yourself up for it a little bit. But guess what? After you learn it, after time goes by, a year from now, all your friends and family are going to wonder how on earth you went and became an expert at all this. Where did you learn that? That's like impossible. No one else will even believe they can do it. Oh, of course you could do it. They're going to say that. Well, Chris, of course you can do it. Yeah, because, you know, you pick this stuff up very fast. Yeah, I bet. No, it's just like everything else. You learn it through experience. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dive in a few sections here for you, and we'll kind of kick it off and we'll get started. What I want to do is let's start here. So when you log into your Ads Manager, you'll notice up on the top, right here, Ads Manager, I'm in Ads Manager. Again, I'm in a testing account. So the reason I have to explain I'm in a testing account is the only thing I really do in this account are ads for video views or branding. So I do not, on this account, I do not run conversion ads. We do not sell Shopify products out of this. We do not generate leads. We do all of our testing here. This is the Techademics testing account. So this is where we go in to kind of test audiences and see what works. Once we find something that works, we pass it on to one of our ads managers to run. The reason that we use this account is because if you guys have ever seen me train, I'll place like $50 in ads and then I'll like forget about it for a week, right? And somebody will remind me, hey, that ad's still running. So I need an account where I can like play with and not be so fearful. So we have a budget of like 100,000 or whatever in the account, and we just start placing ads. So what you have here is that, was that funny? I'm 100,000, yeah. Sorry. So these categories here, post engagement, impressions, amount spent, and video views, these are essentially you have an account overview. You can choose the 4 sections you want to monitor the most. So you can monitor these 4 sections the most. So if there's something you want to monitor the most, like reach, you put in reach, okay? And you just use this little drop-down menu, and you can figure out what are the 4 stats that you want to monitor the most, and that's what you'll put there. And again, everybody's ads accounts are a little bit different, so some of you may have this, some of you may not, but this is a little dashboard that I get to see the 4 stats I want to see the most. I want to see how many people I'm reaching, how many people are engaging in those ads. The amount spent, I always just kind of like to kind of keep an eye on it. And then how many 3-second video views. Because even though not all my ads are going for 3-second video views, some of them are, I like to see that. Okay. But yeah, you could just use these little drop-down menus here, and you could see some things. Okay. Now, an ads account is essentially made up of these. You got an overview, and then you have 3 sections. Let's do our best to explain these 3 sections. Campaigns, ad sets, and ads. These 3 sections, when I first started, I kid you not, they boggled me for like my first couple months in Facebook advertising. I don't know why I didn't just Google it and learn these. If you are just getting started with Facebook advertising, take a mental note to learn what each one of these things means and what their role is. Because when I wasted like a couple months not even knowing. Okay, you have a campaign, an ad set, and an ad. Let's start first with the ads. That is the easiest thing to understand. An ad is the actual ad copy itself. When we were going through the Facebook newsfeed and we saw sponsored, that post is the actual ad. Okay? So whenever you see one of these, right here, Henge Docs, this is the ad. Okay? So the ad is what you are advertising. You have to have something you're advertising. It could be a right side ad like this. There's Ty Lopez and Bench.co. That's an ad. So that's the easiest thing to understand. An ad is essentially a post. All you really need is a fan page to post it from, and that's it. A logo, name, and make a post. There are different types of ads you could do. You could do a video ad. You could do a link ad. You could do a picture ad. You could actually just do all text. You could literally just do a text ad. You could do all kinds of different ads. But that's what an ad is. Now, what is an ad set? An ad set is going to be the audience that you're advertising to. So if I have this Henge docs here, discover the ultimate iPhone and iPad dock. Right off the bat, I'm going to want to target people who own iPhones and iPads without knowing anything else. Would you agree that if somebody doesn't own an iPhone or iPad, they're not going to want this, right? So your ad set is a set of all of the demographics you want to advertise to. Men, women, location, age, what things are they interested in. That's your ad set. Okay. Your campaign is your ad objective. Objective. What are you trying to do? Is your objective like show this ad to this set of people and then get them to do what? What are you trying to get them to do? Are you trying to get them to watch a video? That would be a video campaign. You would be running a campaign for video views. Are you trying to get them to click a link? That would be a website clicks campaign. Are you trying to get them to like your fan page? That would be a like campaign. Are you trying to get them to convert and buy something? That would be a conversion campaign. So campaigns have some type of objective, the result you're trying to get. Ad sets is who are you trying to market to, and ads are what is the actual thing they're going to see. That's the clearest explanation I can give you. You have an objective, this group of people to do that action, and this is the thing you want them to see, a picture, a video, whatever it is. If that doesn't make sense, spend some time to research it because you need to get that clear. So every campaign you run has to have at least one ad set and one ad. Okay, there has to be at least one of each of these. So for example, I upload a video and I say, I want people who are interested in business to watch this video, and my campaign is video views. So I want people interested in videos, business to watch this video. That's how simple it is. One campaign, one ad set, one ad. If you want them to do a different objective, like, oh, I want to do another ad to that video, this time I want them to click the link and go to my website. You would have to run a different campaign. If you want a different objective, you have to run a new campaign. Each campaign can only have one objective. If you do a video view campaign, it can only do video views. If you want to do anything else, you have to set up a new campaign. Each campaign can only have one objective. But inside of that one objective, if my objective is to get video views, I can have several ad sets. I want women that are ages this much interested in real estate. I want to make an ad to them. I want another ad to men that age invest in real estate. I want another, all real estate agents in California. Each one of these could be an ad set. I could have one campaign, it could have 10 ad sets in it if I want. Okay? But as soon as I want to do something different than video views, I have to do a new campaign. Each campaign can only have one objective. That's the easiest way to understand this. But don't worry, I'm going to show you in a second how to create one. So that'll help explain it a little bit more. Okay, campaigns, ad sets, and ads. Now, when you're inside of your Ads Manager account, you can go up to the top right. There's a green button that says Create an Ad. Let's go ahead and let's click on that. As soon as you want to create an ad, it's going to bring up this screen here. Let me make it a little bit bigger for you. Okay, it's going to bring up this screen. There's a lot of things here. If it's your first time placing ads, this could be overwhelming, but I'm going to walk you through it. I'm going to make this so simple that anybody can understand it. Okay. Don't even worry about all the stuff in the middle for right now. Just go over here to the left. Okay? You have three main sections in bold. Campaign, ad set, and ad. We just walked through that, right? So up here, you've got to choose what objective do you want for your campaign. Ad set, you're going to choose who do you want to see your ad. That's the audience. Placement is where do you want the ad to show? The right side, the news feed, mobile, desktop. Maybe you want it to even show on Instagram. Where do you want it to show? Budget and schedule. How much do you want to pay per day for that ad or total? Schedule. Maybe you don't want the ads to start running for a week, right? So maybe you schedule them to start sometime later, or maybe you want them to end. Maybe you're running a 1-week promotion. You give it a start and stop time. That's all the ad set is. Who do you want to see it? Where do you want it to be shown? And how much money do you want to spend? Then over here on the ad, you've got format, media, and creative. That's where you're going to upload. Is it a video? Is it a picture? Where do you want the link to go? What do you want the text to say? You're just design your ad right there. So that's it. What is your objective? Who do you want it to see? Where do you want it to go? What do you want it to say? It's very, very simple. Let's start with objective. Okay, they give you a couple objectives here. This is auction. This is really what most of us do. 99.9% of us are going to use this auction format. This allows Facebook to determine the price of your ads. So it's risky, right? Letting Facebook do it. But if you understand how to do it right, Facebook will show it a lot cheaper. So just do auction. So let's look at these options that we have here. Brand awareness, reach, traffic, engagement, app, video views, lead generation, conversions, product catalog, and store visits. Obviously, I don't have time to explain every single one of these in detail. If you have a physical business, you have different needs than if you have a Shopify store. If you develop Facebook apps, you might have different needs than somebody who has a Shopify store. If you're just trying to do branding and you don't care about clicks, you have different needs. Everybody has different needs. Most of you are going to fit into just a couple of categories here. So I'm going to focus on the most popular ones that 99% of people are going to use. Okay. The first and most popular one is going to be engagement. Engagement. This ad is going to help your posts on Facebook get more engagement. Very, very simple. So let's click on it. Okay? Post engagement, page likes, or event responses. Really all you're doing is post engagement. That means if I have a post like this, Henge Docs, this post right here, post engagement is going to get more likes, shares, comments, video views. People are going to engage with it. So not just see it, but they're going to take some type of action to engage with it. Okay? Why is that important? Because credibility. If you are scrolling through Facebook and you see a video that has 19 million views, would you agree that there's a part of you that's going to wonder, why did this video get 19 million views? Right? So you might watch it just because you're curious why 19 million other people watched it. How our minds work is social proof dictates a lot of our decisions. Tonight, some of you are going to go out to dinner, but many of you traveled in town, so you're new to the area. So you are probably going to use an app like Yelp to help you find a place to eat. Now, if you're looking on Yelp and you see a restaurant that has, let's say you want Mexican food, and you see a Mexican food restaurant, looks good, but you go and you look and it has 1 star. And now there's another Mexican restaurant, looks so-so, but it has 5 stars. Which one are you more likely to go to? 5 stars. Even though without those star ratings, you would have been more likely to go to the one that looked good. The menu was better for you, the pictures look good, and you know what, honestly, you probably would have even liked it better. You probably should have trusted your gut, but instead you trusted social proof. We live in a generation that follows social proof. Whatever other people do is what we tend to do. Because why? We don't have time, so we let everybody else go figure stuff out for us. Right? You don't have time to go around and review all these restaurants. You don't have time to call up your friends and ask everybody what's good. You're just going to trust an app. This app says that one's good. Great. And you know what? The majority of the time, the odds are going to be in your favor that you probably did end up liking it and enjoying it. Social proof actually does work. How many times have we been told, how many times have we gone and seen a movie that we wanted to see, and then afterwards everybody told you, oh man, that movie sucked. That movie was horrible. And you're like, I watched the same movie and I thought it was great. Right? Or you see a movie that has really low ratings, but you went and watched it and it was good. So what I'm saying is that even though you might like something, social proof ratings is what's going to dictate the engagement on it. How many people go see the movie? So the same logic works in advertising. You have to apply the same logic. You need those Yelp reviews. You need those reviews of people. So in the world of Facebook, high engagement is very helpful to having your ad be successful. So this person here only has 15 likes and 1 comment. Okay? Now, it still might work, but that's low success compared to that other one we saw with 19 million views. Okay? So if you want to get engagement to your post, all you do is you click this engagement, and you go in here and you name the campaign something, tell it where to show, choose which post you want to get more engagement, and you run it. Now, real quick, that does not mean you're going to make money. Just because somebody likes and comments and shares your post does not get you rich, right? Money is a different metric. Social proof does not mean anything. It only helps. So I love page post engagement. It's what I run the most because I have found that high social proof helps everything. But that being said, there's other ones like conversions. Now over here, conversions Get people to take valuable actions on your website, such as adding payment info or making a purchase. Use the Facebook Pixel to measure these conversions. What you can do here is you can add a Facebook code to your website, and you can basically track after somebody takes an action. So let's say your website has a lead capture page. After somebody enters their information, it goes to a thank you page. Thank you, I'll email you shortly. The pixel, you put the pixel on that thank you page. What it does is it tells Facebook who clicked on the ad and made it to the thank you page. If they didn't make it to the thank you page, the assumption is they didn't opt in. They didn't put in their information. Otherwise, they would have made it to the thank you page. So that code only triggers on the pages that you tell it to. So thank you page. So now I'm driving, let's say, 1,000 clicks. I'm using this website conversion ad. I drive 1,000 clicks to my lead capture page. Let's say half of them opt in and the other half do not. The half that opt in, they go to the thank you page. That tells Facebook that out of 1,000 clicks, 500 of them converted. They converted into what's called a lead. Facebook allows you to basically identify whatever you want to call it. You can call the conversion anything. They give you some examples. Lead conversions. Did they add a product to the cart? And then they even give you another one. Did they purchase? So Facebook gives you a lot of options and flexibility here. How it works in a nutshell is you take a little bit of code, you put it on your website. If you have a custom website, you need to give this code to your website designer to put in. If you're using a third-party platform like Shopify or ClickFunnels or some type of a platform that you're using to set up your pages, usually they have a place where you can just paste in your code. You don't even need to do anything. They say, what's your pixel number? Boop, you put it in, press save, and that's it. So modern technology, modern software has made it so everybody can use this very, very easily. And if you don't know how, there are people that will do this for you for like $50 or $100. You could always go online. Hey, are any of my friends can help me put a pixel on my website? I'm sure someone on Facebook will do it for you for free or for less than $100. Now that you have a pixel on your website, you can run this conversion ad. And what you're doing is you're essentially choosing what conversion you want to tell Facebook to do. So let's just continue. Just as an example. The ad set lets me choose a conversion, an offer, an audience, placements. So you can come in here and you can choose what you want it to do. I want to know my conversion on this, the default conversion on my account here is registered member. So all my ads run to Techademics, my company, and people can register for free to become a member in Techademics. A member is like a lead. So what I track is I track registered members. If I'm promoting a video or promoting a picture or promoting a text, if somebody clicks and comes to my website, the main thing I care about is did they opt in and become a registered member? To me, that's the only valuable thing that I need. If I can get registered members for $1 or less, I'm incredibly profitable. Right now I can get registered members for as much as $5 and actually be breaking even or profitable based on this. So what happens is Facebook gets smarter with every registered member I get. Because Facebook collects all this data on you. That means whether you like it or not, do you know right now if anybody here has Facebook app installed on your phone, they know you're here at this event live. They know you're in Arizona right now. When you went out and ate last night, they know where you ate. They probably also know the type of food. When you go on Facebook and you like an artist, like maybe you like a country music artist, and as soon as you like a post of theirs or like their page, Facebook suddenly puts you into the group of people that like country music. Suddenly, advertisers have information about you. Whether or not you agree with it or like it as a consumer, that information is incredible and very valuable as an advertiser. So what I can do is I can just target a bunch of people and start converting them into registered members. But what happens is Facebook gets smarter. You know what Facebook says? Women are more likely to become a registered member than men based on the data. So Facebook will automatically start showing my ad more to women. They'll just do it automatically. They will optimize it automatically for me. Then Facebook will start realizing people who are 18 to 21 don't even opt in at all. There's barely anything. So they'll just stop showing the ad to people 18 to 21. They'll show it less. They'll start showing the ad more to people that are in there. Or let's even take it a step further. Let's say the average person becoming a registered member also likes these big influencers. Maybe they also like Ellen DeGeneres or Oprah Winfrey or Mark Cuban or Donald Trump or whatever it is. They'll look at the data and go, out of the 1,000 people that just registered as members, they all have something in common. Most of them have this in common. Maybe most of them are Democrats or most of them are Republicans. Most of them live in Texas. If most of them lived in Texas out of the United States, Facebook would start optimizing to show this more to people in Texas because it's converting better. This is what makes Facebook so brilliant as an advertising platform. Facebook gets smarter the more that you advertise. So when you're choosing a conversion, you can come in here and you can set up these conversions, all kinds. You can view content conversion, lead conversions, all kinds of them. Registration, lead, purchase conversions, registered members, there's all kinds. So I can come in here and just go, you know what? I'm not getting many registered members at all. What I might do is I might just do this view content. I might do view content. Say, Facebook, can you just find people who want to click through and view my stuff? Get me an audience of those first. Now I got a bunch of people viewing. Okay, next, Facebook, can you find people who are likely to become registered members or leads? Okay, great. Now I've got a bunch of people becoming leads. Facebook, can you optimize to get people to buy my product? I've got a $50 product, and I just sent 1,000 people to the page, and, out of those 1,000, 20 of them purchased. Facebook, can you start finding me more people likely to buy? And Facebook will. Facebook will do it. Now, that doesn't mean you snap your fingers and it's easy, but this is a learnable skill. You can learn how to set this up. It's brilliant. So that's how conversion ads work, right? You basically come in, you set up a conversion event, choose the audience that you want to see it. So let's go in here real quick. Let's choose one, registered member. The audience you want to see it. So now that we tell Facebook, can you optimize this ad to try to get people to become members of Techademics? Okay, let's give it a shot. Now I got to choose who is going to see this. I can either create a new ad or I can use a saved audience. Remember how I told you can create these audiences and save them? I might use a saved audience instead. There's always tons of these. I got tons and tons and tons of audiences always saved and just tons of different things I do. Or I can create a new one from scratch. Okay, there's a lot of options here. Let's start with custom audiences. A custom audience is an audience that you build yourself. Okay, you're not using Facebook's demographics. An example of a custom audience might be, something like, I got tons of them in here, I guess. Let's do Techademics' new virtual office. So what I did was I put a Facebook code in our new virtual office. We created a new one. I put a Facebook pixel code in there and said, okay, whoever visits my virtual office, if I want to just target them, I can just show an ad just to people who have logged in and visited the virtual office. Now, why would I want to do that? Because only members that have logged in recently would be able to see this ad. So think about this. If I want to show an ad on Facebook only to active members inside of Techademics, I could, right? They have an audience of, I think it said like 21,000 or whatever that was. They have an audience of 21,000 people who recently have logged into the virtual office, the new virtual office. Now, these people are they're very active. They're in the new virtual office. They've recently logged in the last 2 weeks or whatever it is. So I can show an ad just to them. You can target that specific. You can show an ad to people who have just visited a certain page on your website. There's a lot you can do. Okay, so that's what this is. This custom section, you can put code on your sites. Let's do Shopify wrap video. I launched a wrap video recently, rapping about Shopify, an e-commerce platform. And what I could do is I could take people who have watched the Shopify video for 10 seconds or longer, and I can follow up with another ad. How powerful is that? I could say, if you watched for less than 10 seconds, you weren't interested. If you watched for more than 10 seconds, you probably saw me. You might have seen the guy with the orange hat rapping. You don't know who I am. You probably saw it. But now if I follow up with another ad with me in the orange hat, maybe dressed in the same Techademics gear or something like that, and I say, hey, did you enjoy my Shopify wrap video? Click here for to get started with Shopify for free, here's a bunch of training for free, my gift to you. Well, I can set that ad up and say, only show this ad to people who have watched this video for longer than 10 seconds. Why? Because those are my passionate audience. If I can advertise to a big audience, millions of people, say, watch this video. Out of those millions of people, only 100,000, let's say, watched it for more than 10 seconds. Then I have a little small audience. I say, okay, if you watch for more than 10 seconds, then I want to show you, I want to give you a free offer. Opt in, become a free member, and you're more likely to. These custom audiences are brilliant. They're a little bit intermediate level. If you're a brand new beginner, you don't need to start here. Plus, they're no good. Custom audiences are no good unless they're big. So you might go, oh, wow, I'm going to do that. I'm going to make a video, and everybody that watches it for more than 10 seconds, I'm going to advertise. Well, if you only get 100 people to watch it for more than 10 seconds, then that ad will be really expensive. So in order for these custom audiences to work, you need large numbers. So don't start with them, okay? And also, like a custom audience, if you have an email list right now, or if you have a customer list, you can upload that customer list. Facebook will take the email, and if it matches up with a Facebook account, if they go, okay, that person's a user, then they'll build a custom audience out of it. So if you have like an email list of 10,000 emails, you upload it, maybe half of those people have Facebook profiles attached. Facebook will give you a custom audience of those 5,000 people, okay? Very cool stuff you could do. But let's skip down. Creating a new ad. You've got locations, age, gender, and then targeting. Okay, locations. It's going to default to the country you're in. So United States. I can either go smaller or bigger. So let's go bigger first. United States, let's add Canada. I just type in Canada, and it brings up a whole list of all these things. Am I talking about Canada, Kansas in the United States? No, that's a city. There's a city named Canada. Canada, Kentucky, that's a city. Okay, no. I'm looking for the country. See on the right, it says country. So there's cities, places, countries. I can target the whole country of Canada just like that. Now I've got United States and I've got Canada. And then I might want to do the United Kingdom. I can just type in United King and it starts populating. I'm looking for the country. And then I might also want to type in Australia and New Zealand. Okay. For me, I call these my big five. As an American selling in the United States, the United States is my primary demographic, but I also want to target English-speaking countries that have credit cards. My own data generating millions of dollars online has shown me that the majority of my purchasing comes from these 5 countries. That's different for everybody. But if I have something I can sell internationally, I'm going to want to sell it to these areas. English-speaking, credit card-holding countries. So that would be an example of what I call my big 5. If I want to go a little bit bigger, I'll advertise those 5. What if I want to go really big? I can actually just X these out, X out each one of these, and I can actually just type in worldwide, and I look for the region. Worldwide region. Boom. Now I'm targeting everybody in the world. So over here on the right, it shows audience size, and it shows your potential reach. This ad, if I place the ad as it is right now, I'm going to reach 1.8 billion people. But how bad would that be? Because I don't have enough money to reach 1.8 billion people. So you know what's going to happen? It's going to eat up my ad really quick, and it's going to show it to some random people that probably aren't going to buy my stuff. So what you need to do is you need to narrow this down to your target audience. And I'm going to give you 2 very basic ones. I'm going to go to the whiteboard really quick. And I'm going to show you 2 very basic audience sizes that you can follow along with, okay? 2 very basic audience sizes. Okay. So you can go broad and you can go targeted. Now, every Facebook advertiser in the world is going to be different. I'm going to just show you a little bit of my style. Okay? When I go broad, what I'm doing is I'm getting an audience between 1 million to 10 million people. On average. There might be exceptions to that, but I'm giving you an average. In the millions is my broad audience. When I go targeted, I'm going 200,000 to 800,000 people. Broad, 1 million to 10 million reach. Targeted, 200,000 to 800,000 reach. It doesn't matter what it's for. It could be, so he asks, is it digital products or whatever. You have to have a general rule of thumb, right? If I got into every single specific thing, it would be slightly different, but as a general rule of thumb, whether it's digital, physical, whether it's Shopify, whether I'm selling an affiliate marketing course, whether I'm getting email lead captures, whatever, my general rule of thumb, if you look at 90% of my ads, they all fit within this. And also, if you look at several successful people that I'm going to bring on stage this week that have done millions and millions of dollars, their general ads fit in this demographic. The only exception is I will also do retargeting ads. Okay? But retargeting ads will be anything from, 1 to, hundreds of thousands. Okay? So 1 to 100,000 plus. Retargeting is a little bit different because retargeting it's such a core audience. If you visit my website, even if I've only had one visit to my website, I can now follow you around the web and remind you about me. And it's really cheap. For pennies, I can follow you around the web. So retargeting is so cheap, you can actually do it even with an audience of just one. So if you put a little retargeting pixel on your website, if you visit my website, then I can show you ads. You go to a little audience, I can show you another ad. So retargeting is slightly different. So you have broad, targeted, and then retargeting. Broad, you have an audience in the millions. Targeted, you have an audience in the hundreds of thousands. Retargeting is just kind of custom. It's being built on the spot. Okay, so let's go over here. And let's go back. We've got this worldwide ad. So I'm going worldwide. Let's just, for the sake of doing this real quick, let's just change it real quick to United States. Notice when I choose United States, it changed it from worldwide. Okay. Next, you have age. If you are selling anything that legally your audience needs to be 21 years or older, then you should always change this to 21. Even if you're on the fringe. For example, if you sell any alcoholic related stuff, or even if you sell things that are most likely found inside of a bar, or like if you're in the billiards niche where people play pool, that is associated with bars and pubs, even that would be too dangerous to advertise under 21. Most of the time, you're going to want to set this to 21 or older. Okay? The exception is going to be if you know what you have is very kid-friendly. Facebook is going to be protective over what they allow advertisers to show to people. So generally, you've got to be 21 and over for most ads, if there's any question. I usually just do 21 and over because people under 21 don't really buy that much anyways. You'll notice that. 21 and over, and gender, you can choose all, men or women. And then you got languages. You don't really need to do this if you're in the United States. If you are advertising in other countries, then you might need to choose like English, because if you're advertising in another country and they can't even understand your ad, then what good is that? So if I wanted to go advertise in a country that they speak another language, like Mexico or something like that, then I'm going to put in English. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to put in English as a language. I'm just going to type E, and I'm going to put in English, okay? But right now, you don't need to worry about that because I'm already targeting people in the United States. Okay, here is where the magic happens. Detailed targeting. This is where the magic happens. So in detailed targeting, see how I have an audience over here on the right of 207 million people? That's because I'm advertising the United States 21 and over. So it's 207 million people. I need to get my audience down to either 1 million or 200 to 800,000, depending on what I'm going after. Detailed targeting is where you put in keywords or interests. This is the most fun section of Facebook advertising. This is where you should spend the majority of your time. Okay? So let's go through. Let's spend 5-10 minutes on this. Let's walk through this. Okay, you ready? Browse. Start with browse. You click browse, and this is going to give you an idea. I usually don't choose anything from here, but this gives you an idea of the data that's at your fingertips. This is where you have the OMG factor, the wow factor. You have these arrows here. Let's start with demographics. Open that up. Anytime there's an arrow, you can open it up. And look at this. Open, open, open. So watch this. Demographics. I can target, right now on Facebook, I can target people that have an associate's degree, a college grad degree, doctorate degree, high school graduate, in college. I can target people that are in college, in grad school. Why is this important? Look at the uses. Let's say that I'm a company looking to hire positions. If I'm a company and I say, we need to hire some new software developers, and I want the minimum criteria to be that they have a college degree, I can go in here and I can do that, right? I can instantly advertise. Let's say that I have a product or service that would be perfect for college students. I can advertise right here to people that are in college right now actively. Facebook has all the data in the world. In high school, people with a master's degree, some college, some high school, okay? Anytime there's a just a box on the right, that means I can check that and advertise that to that group right there. So all I got to do, if I want to advertise to people that have a college grad, I check the box right there. College grad. Now I've got 75 million people, potential people I can advertise to. Uncheck that, and now I'm back to 207 million. Now, field of study. Do you see how this has a magnifying glass right there? Or maybe you can't see it in the screen, but it does have a magnifying glass. That means that I can search from within that. So I can click on this, and I can actually search a field of study inside of that. So let's see, I just typed in ENG, English speaker, industrial engineering. I can type in engineer, and look at this. I get to look at all these things. Machine engineer, hardware engineer, industrial engineer, electronics, automotive, agricultural engineer, computer engineers. How easy was that? Let's try it again. Field of study. Nurse education. So if I wanted to target people who have a field of study of being a nurse, there's 1.9 million people I could target right now in the United States that had a field of study of nurse, according to Facebook, right? So you can really just kind of come in here and you can have fun. You can target your products. Maybe type in mathematics education, physicists, fun. So go in here. This is where you have fun. You can really see, once you understand Facebook has data, you can match up products to people inside Facebook all the time. Okay, so all you do is you go browse, you click the areas to education, open up educational level, open it up, you can close it. Fields of study, schools, you can target people that went to a specific school, so you just click the mark right there, and you're going to start typing in, UC, went to UCSC or whatever, like there's schools, UCSC, University of California, Santa Cruz, you can put in schools, you can put in, there's all kinds of them. Miami-Dade College, Scottsdale Community College is coming up local here. I could target literally people who went to local community college down the street. I could target them. Why would that be beneficial? Everything is about conversions, right? If you went to Scottsdale Community College and you saw an ad in Facebook that said, did you go to Scottsdale Community College? And that's how the ad started, would you agree that would capture your attention? What if the ad started, are you a nurse? Did you study nursing? If so, read this. Would that grab your attention? That's the power of demographics. So you go browse, and you can start to see the demographics. Let's skip education. Let's go to financial. Look at this. You can target people based on net worth. Net worth, 750,000 to a million, 500,000, 700. Look at all that. You can target people by net worth. Income, people who make certain demographics of income, over 500,000, 350 to 500,000. You can target all of this. Okay. Generation, you can target baby boomers, Generation X, millennials. Home, you can target people who are first-time home buyers, homeowners, renters. If I'm a real estate agent, maybe what I do is I target renters with some type of a free offer that teaches them, hey, maybe here's a little hack on how you can rent to own the house. Instead of throwing away money on rent, it can say, hey, do you currently rent your house? Do you know that every month your rent could be applied towards a purchase? Did you know you're throwing away money every single month? People don't want you to know this. Click here to learn how your rent money could go towards your home purchase. And if I'm a real estate agent, I can use that angle, target renters, and then I can teach them what a lease option is. And boom, I can convert all these renters into learning how to lease to own a house. All kinds of creative stuff. Boom. There's so many things. Home type. People who have apartments, condos, home value. You can do the value of people's homes. I mean, look at this. Multifamily homes, single homes, household composition, grandparents, new parents. I mean, how valuable would it be to be able to target people like this? Young adults living in home, a young and hip demographic, working women, veterans in the home, okay? Life events, people who have an anniversary coming up in 31 to 60 days. I mean, think about it. Maybe you sell custom jewelry. Maybe you sell a perfect anniversary gift. You could target people within 31 to 60 days that have an anniversary and show them this. Do you know somebody who has an anniversary coming up? If so, this could be a great gift. And then boom, you have the perfect demographic right there. Birthday. You could literally come up with like a t-shirt that says, kings are born in July, queens are born in July. And you could target people who have birthdays coming up in July. And they'll be like, oh man, I want that. See what I'm saying? Upcoming birthday. So just literally, you could just target people who have upcoming birthdays. 4.1 million people in the United States have upcoming birthdays. How cool is this? So coming in here and basically coming in and understand it. Friends of, okay, long distance relationships, new jobs, new relationship, newly engaged, all this stuff. Parents, this is where you're going to come in here. You got moms, big city moms, corporate moms, fit moms, all parents, new parents, parents with toddlers, people that are expecting, political stuff, conservative, moderate. You could target anybody for politics, relationships. You could target people who are recently divorced, people that are in a complicated relationship, married. When people go on Facebook and they choose that, oh, it's complicated. You can advertise to them. Every time they do something, you can advertise. How funny would it, it's funny, but how genius would this advertising campaign be? You target people who have a Facebook relationship status that says, it's complicated, right? So somebody goes on Facebook and they go, it's complicated, and then you target them with an ad that says, having relationship troubles? Here's 7 steps to improve here's 7 steps to know whether or not you have the right soulmate, or whatever it is. Just opt in for this free report. Do you see what I'm saying? It's creativity. When you understand the demographics of what you can get, it's all here. Okay, employers. What if I want to go and search people that are employed by? People that are employed by, people that are employed by, let's say like United Airlines, right? United has been in the media a lot, right? If you're a United Airlines employee right now, I'll bet you're facing a lot of like harsh criticism and stuff for the issues that have been going on, right? What if you did an ad that basically was like a positive, uplifting ad? Hey, for those of you that are United Airlines, we respect you. Thanks for your work. Thanks for everything you do. Blah, blah, blah. That would get huge engagement right now. You'd be capitalizing on a trend. So if a company's ever in the news for something big, Uber, you got Uber right here. I could target literally people who 18,000 people driving for Uber drivers. You guys, you have all this data at your fingertips. Okay? That's how this works. You have browse, you have so much. I could go behaviors, anniversaries. I could spend an hour going through this. I wanted to spend enough time going through it to kind of show you that amazing data is at your fingertips with ads. So let's just go in here and let's just do some search. Okay? So I have some recent searches of people I was targeting. Now, let's do some search. Let's say I want to target real estate agents. If you want to target real estate agents, let's say, you would type in, first thing people would do is they type in the word real estate and see what comes up. You have the same word real estate is 3 times. What is the difference between these? On the right, one of them is an interest, people who have an interest in real estate. Another one below them is a behavior, and it explains right here. People who are owners or employees of a business in the real estate industry. And then there's real estate employers. People who have real estate listed as their place of employment. Okay, so they say like they're real estate agents. So there's these 3. Now, the more detailed, the more specific it is. So you might go, oh, that's perfect. 6,384 people list real estate as their employer. The more small it is, the more narrow, the more expensive. The more broad it is, 250 million, that's cheap, but doesn't mean it's targeted. Doesn't mean it's your exact audience. Okay, so there's all this kind of stuff. Then there's other ones. Interested in real estate development, real estate appraisal, real estate entrepreneur, real estate license. Okay, so you have general keywords, and then you have niche keywords. Let's go back over to the whiteboard, and let's talk about these options. Okay? So what you have, in a nutshell, is no matter what, in fact, let's take it off real estate, and I've done this example before where like golf, it's a really easy one. You have your general, you have your broad category, your broad niche, if you will, is, let's say, golf. People who like golf. But that's going to be millions and millions of people. So you're going to want to narrow this down. What are some things inside of this niche that you can advertise to? So what I like to do is I like to brainstorm, break it down. Inside of the word golf, you got somebody shout out something having to do with golf that comes to your mind right now. Clubs, so we got equipment. Golf equipment, and that's such as clubs, irons, drivers, stuff like that. What else comes to mind besides golf equipment? Courses. I'm a golfer. Courses. So you have places that every single course probably has a fan page. People probably like the courses. Okay, what else do you get? What else comes to mind? Magazines. Let's do magazines / TV / movies. Okay? There's movies people watch about golf, TV shows about golf, magazines, publications, stuff like that. Okay? What's something else not on this list? Arnold Palmer. So that would be like a player. Players. Yeah, that's where you would have someone like Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy, Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, all these people, right? So we have equipment, courses, magazines, players. What's another one not on this list? So we have courses. You said places, resorts. Instruction, learning, tips, tournaments is a good one. Tournaments. Okay, so you have let's say like the Masters tournament, the US Open. You have these popular tournaments that a lot of people would like. Okay? So you can kind of keep going here. You can keep going on a list. Now, here's where Facebook advertising, this is kind of where I want to leave people with this topic, because I'm going to come back and I'm going to do, this was beginner, I'm going to do intermediate and advanced. So this week I'm kind of making sure, I was going to jump straight into intermediate this morning, and then we did kind of ask people during the break where people were at, so I wanted to go basic to start. I'm going to pick up on this, and I'm going to go intermediate and advanced this week. But where most people advertise is here. But that's not where you're going to make any money advertising. Okay? It's just not. You know where you really make your money? It's things like this. Associations, clubs, groups, stuff like that. So, literally, if I go in here really quick, and let's change it from real estate, let's go here, type in golf. As soon as I type in golf and I choose golf as an interest, there's 207 million people interested in golf. I barely even changed. Look, if I don't choose golf, there's all these people. As soon as I choose golf, let me refresh. I'm going to reload this real quick because it didn't change at all. It should have changed a little bit. Let me reload this, and let's just choose an engagement ad. Continue. It doesn't matter what I choose because I'm just going straight down. Okay. Right now it says 214 million people. As soon as I type in interested in golf, it's going to go to 30 million people. That's still a huge audience. That's bigger than the audiences I want, right? 30 million people. So it's too big. How can you find equipment, courses, magazines? How can you find this? How it works is you just put your mouse in here and you click it. Once you've typed in the word once, golf, Facebook is going to start suggesting things to you. PGA Tour, Golf Channel, Golf Digest, Golf Magazine, golf equipment, golf courses, golf clubs. So they do a lot of the work for you. Stick to a group. Let's say that I'm going to do PGA Tour, Golf Channel. Let's go do Masters. Let's go tournaments. Masters tournament. Now that I have Masters tournament in here, I'm going to delete golf. Because see, it's still 30 million people. Okay, now 9 million people in the United States have an interest in the Masters tournament. Would you agree that if you took two audiences, one group of people that says that Facebook determines they're interested in golf, and another group of people interested in the Masters tournament, would you agree that people that are interested in the Masters tournament are more loyal and passionate about golf than people just generally interested in golf? Absolutely. So you're looking for the most passionate people that still have a big audience. This is 9 million people. If I was going to run a broad ad, then this would fit in my 1 million to 10 million mark. I would be fine running an ad to this. If I was going to run a targeted ad, this is going to be too big. In my next session that I teach you guys this week, I'm going to break down how to do exclusions and narrowing the audience. A little sneak peek of what we're going to get into. Excluding people. I'm going to show you how to make sure your ads are performing. Have you guys ever heard of something called disc golf? Yeah. Is disc golf the same thing as golf that we're talking about? completely different. But somebody might like golf and like golf. Two totally different people. So exclude people who match the following. What I'll do is I'll come in here and I'll exclude people who like disc golf. See what I'm starting to do? Excluding people who like disc golf. That's how this is going to work. You go in, you start with a broad audience, and I'm going to show you how to exclude things that will not be likely to convert, and then also how to narrow it down. I've got these 8 million people interested in the Masters tournament. Well, let's type in golf, and let's try to find some other interests here. Let's say PGA Tour, Golf Digest, Callaway Golf Company. Okay, so watch this. Like if I just do Callaway Golf Company, which they recommended to me. Now look at this. Masters tournament gave me 9 million people. I narrowed out all the people interested in disc golf. I narrowed them out. That brings me down to 8 million people. And I said, you must also like Callaway Golf Company. That brought me down to 430,000. I can target 430,000 people who like the Masters tournament and Callaway Golf. The more I do that, the more passionate my audience is going to be. Now I'm starting to find laser-targeted audience that are the most passionate and most likely to buy stuff. This is between 200,000 and 800,000. I would advertise this to sell a product. And I would use a $5 a day ad. So in the next session, I'm going to teach you how I'm doing this, how I'm finding audiences. We'll teach you how to save these audiences. We'll teach you how to place ads. We'll teach you how to do this. Once you learn this, the craziest thing in the world happens. You open up a floodgate to be able to put your message in front of millions of people, targeted, at the disposal. And does it work? Absolutely. Let's go here and let's show you some examples right now, just some examples, okay? Let's show you, like, here's a video I did. Here's a video right here, okay? Look at this, 1.3, I don't know if I can zoom in. It's 1.3 million views on that video. 1.3 million views, 25,000 likes, 2,327 people share it, and it's targeted, and it has a call to action in it right there. Selling something, okay? Or getting people to opt in. So I could go in, I could spend a lot of time right now, I don't have that much time, but I can go in and I can show you, like literally, like look at the engagement here, it's huge. It's more viral than it is even paid for. Let me go in, let me try to find another one just to show you some examples. Here's another one. Here's a free offer. Sign up for this for free, right? An opt-in, right? Free offer, 1.6 thousand likes, 30 shares, advertising a free offer to targeted people. Okay? Let me show you a couple more. Here's another one, 113,000 views on that one. You can do this. You can really start boosting this stuff up. I'm going to show you a couple more to give you an exciting. I'm just scrolling through my newsfeed right here. Here's another one. How about this one? Just a text message. Look at this. Just no link, no picture, no video, no anything. 90 free training videos to help you get started. Direct message me with the word Shopify for links. Look at this. 137,000 likes on just a status update. How many people here would love to get 137,000 likes on a status update you do, right? I'll show you how. I'll show you. And you might be thinking, is that profitable? Clearly. I wouldn't keep running it if I was losing money. When you start to see, when people have millions and millions of views, you got to start to realize, like, they're not just going to throw away money. Okay? Here's another one. Advertised. Some of these are advertised, some of them aren't. Let me show you a couple more, and then we'll call it wraps. Let's go in. You notice, like, normal posts get, like, 4,000 people reached organically. I can reach, like, 4,000 people. My fan page has. But, like, look at this. Look at the side benefits. I'm not even really running like campaigns to my page. But look at this. 9,484 new fans this week. By running Facebook ads, you automatically get a bunch of people that like your page just for free. Who would like to grow their page at 10,000 fans per week without even trying? It just accidentally happens. That's what's happening from these posts. When you boost posts. Let me show you a couple more, then I got to wrap. So you could actually just go to my fan page even and see some of this stuff. Usually you can tell if they're normally getting a few thousand engagement per one, and then suddenly you see some that are big and boosted. I just want to show you a couple more. Okay, here's one. I did a Facebook Live, and on this Facebook Live, 1.6 million views on a Facebook Live. And I can keep running this because it just keeps going, and it's very, very, very cheap. So Facebook Live, 4,000 comments, 19,000 likes, 1.6 million views just on a Facebook Live. How about this one? Just a picture. Here's a picture. Join for free, right? Because I optimize all my stuff to be able to become free members, right? So look at this, just running. 876,000 likes. 876,000 likes. Let that sink in for a second. You have the ability to be able to create this kind of volume. That's just a picture post, right? So you have the ability to be able to create that kind of volume. So that's what we want to show you. What I want to do is I want to show you in the next session how to be able to come in here, how to be able to run offer ads, replay ads, all this kind of stuff. Offer ads right here, 42 cents per person that takes my offer. It's like, you got to be kidding me. I could do $5 per offer and be profitable. I'm getting 42 cents per offer there. Cost per engagement, 0.003, 0.002 on literally on targeted audiences. It's insane. 0.003, 0.01, 0.002. This engagement is really, it's nothing. 0.005, trailers, penny a piece, 0.005. You guys, everything I'm doing is pretty much a penny or less. Do you understand how you can spend $5 a day to figure out data and then scale it? So who felt like today was valuable in getting it brought over you, and who's excited to learn where to take it from here and how to actually set up the ads? Okay? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come back. But we've got we've got more speakers that we're going to bring out. I'll be coming back through the course of the weekend. My finishing advice to you is simply this. Do not get overwhelmed. Do not let this opportunity pass you by. Facebook advertising, Instagram advertising, this is going to be revolutionary. I'm going to show you high converting ads that are selling like crazy in the next session. You wouldn't have understood it unless I showed you these basics. So when I show you this, you're going to walk out this weekend just going, oh my God, this is the best thing I've ever seen. $5 a day ads. $5 a day ads that convert. So it's been my pleasure. Dive into those details. I look forward to more sessions. Peter, you're going to come on up here and wrap it up. Thanks, everybody, for your time. I appreciate it.
Let's give Chris a huge round of applause. Yes. So what we're going to do, we've got an amazing trainer this next session. Carl Sugar's going to